Okay, continuing. The next thing I want to talk about are ancestral lands and white privilege. It seems to be still a hot button, and mostly it seems to be white people who have got the biggest issues with white privileges and ancestral lands. I don't know why. Because most of the white people that have got the issues are not rich white people, working class or middle class people that have adopted this white privilege thing. And I don't hear them saying, well, what about the Asian privilege? I mean, you've got 1 billion Chinese. Where's the Chinese privilege? If you look at the total numbers of people of different ethnic origins, well, people from India, 1 billion there and 1 billion in China. I don't think there's that many Caucasians as there are of these other racial groups. What's the point? I'm not trying to say one racial group is better than the other. I think the whole thing is ridiculous. You're all one family, as I said in my last talk. But this keeps coming up. White privilege, white privilege. Yes. In 1950, I would say there was definitely white privilege, especially if you're a white male in, let's say, North America. Yes. But today, in 2019, no, I don't see it. I don't see white privilege, and I see a lot of these people getting on the bandwagon that there's white privilege, and I don't see it. Yes, there is white privilege of, the billionaire class, but some of these billionaires might not necessarily be white. So, tossing this around and, saying if you're white, you're guilty for every crime ever committed by the human race, and is unbelievably dehumanizing to white people. And it's like, internalized homophobia. It's another thing, it's like internalized white privilege. Got to keep punching myself out because I was born white. No, this is stupid. This is stupid. Yes, in history, there were horrible crimes committed, genocides and things by not only Caucasian races, all kinds of different races. Slavery. Well, there was slavery by Africans on Africans. There was slavery in Europe. I mean, this is ancient history, but it's true. But to go and say, only one present day racial group is guilty for everything going on the planet is just stupid and asinine. And it doesn't get us any further along the path of making a better planet for everyone. Ancestral lands. Well, if you talk to people or you read books about, the idea that we reincarnate here on the planet, if you just go with this for a little while, the idea that me, for example, I've always reincarnated as a white male, is dumb. And, I don't believe it. I believe that yes, I believe in reincarnation, and I believe that I have been both genders and different colored skin people. And I think I probably also incarnated on other planets. What does it mean? Well, the idea of ancestral lands for one racial group is highly racist. An accident of birth, your present incarnation, and nobody that I know knows, whether they picked who their parents were. Some people say you do, but I have no memory of before I was born or before I was a child. And I don't think very many people do. So it's basically an accident of birth, what family you arrive in, and, you know, male or female, what racial group, whether you're healthy or you're handicapped. And the idea that, oh, you know, my ancestors, you know, were pushed off the land by white settlers in North America, and, you know, present day, well, you know, I was born as an Aboriginal, and you there, over there, I see you're a white person, so, you know, I'm going to set aside a huge part of what my bloodline used to occupy for me and people who look like me, or, you know, genetics say that, you know, we were related. This is unbelievable. We got rid of this idea through Nelson Mandela and apartheid. And I know it's not really been totally dismantled, because economically, you know, it's totally unbalanced still in South Africa. But this is perpetuating the problem. To say, well, I mean, we never even had these genetic tests 50 years ago. And people are like, you know, I'm 1/8 this group or that group. It's stupid. You're all one species. You're all one family. Don't keep separating yourself into these kind of groups. All for one and one for all. So, no, I will not stand for Aboriginal groups in the Americas saying, or in Australia saying, we want the land back. No. The land was never yours in the first place. You incarnated here on the planet, and the planet was already here. The planet itself is a spirit, Gaia, and she is her own being. And so you're basically a guest on this planet, and it's only because we have had humans of very low consciousness, huge egos, who have decided that they are going to own everything on the planet. That's the system we inherited, and it's highly corrupt. So, there's a song by the old band from 1970s, the Guess Who, and the song is Share the Land, and that's what we need to do. How we get from here to there, as I said, we have to follow some kind of plan like Charles Eisenstein's sacred economics.